In Britain, a London police officer has been sentenced to life in prison for the kidnap, rape and murder of a young woman. In a case that has caused anguish across the UK, a court heard how PC Wayne Couzens pretended to arrest Sarah Everard and used his police handcuffs to kidnap her from the streets as she walked home from a friend's house. Megan Patterson reports.
In the aftermath of Sarah Everard's murder, shock, grief and anger were shared at vigils around the country. At her killer's sentencing, the chilling details of her death described as unspeakably grim. The Everard family present throughout proceedings. In a statement, her mother Susan said she was broken-hearted, the family tormented by the circumstances of her daughter's death. Arriving at the Old Bailey this morning, Wayne Couzens was later sentenced to a whole life order. His actions were described as warped, selfish and brutal. A man who, under the guise of his duty as a police officer, picked Sarah Everard up in the street as she walked home from a friend's house. In an exchange which lasted less than 5 minutes, he showed his warrant card and used knowledge of COVID restriction policing to handcuff Sarah Everard and put her in his hire car. Witnesses saw this, the moment of the calculated kidnap. They believed Wayne Couzens was an officer doing his job. Couzens then drove to a remote rural area where he raped and murdered Sarah Everard. He's later seen on CCTV, calmly continuing with daily life, ordering a hot chocolate in a nearby coffee shop. Questioned by police, he feigned innocence, knowing he'd put Sarah's body inside a fridge and set it on fire.
Do you know Sarah?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know where Sarah is?
No.
During the sentencing, Wayne Couzens sat with his head bowed. Sarah Everard's family asked him to look at them as they gave their statements. Sarah Everard's father told him, "The horrendous murder of my daughter Sarah is in my mind all the time and will be for the rest of my life. A father wants to look after his children and fix everything, and you have deliberately and with premeditation stopped my ability to do that." A family broken by unimaginable loss, a police force left questioning how it will recover.
I'm deeply ashamed and I'm deeply angry. And so inevitably, yes, that sort of fragile trust, certainly between women and the police, has been fractured yet further.
Described as a wholly blameless victim, to those who loved her, Sarah Everard will always be the precious little girl who became a woman with a beautiful mind, taken cruelly from them by a man who took advantage of his position. Megan Patterson, BBC News.